Just as a sturdy structure relies on its foundation for strength, so too does the negativity in unhealthy relationships stem from three deadly sins, or rather, behaviors. In today's vlog, I will delve into these sins, aiming to offer valuable insights beyond just sharing snippets of my slow living lifestyle. My goal is to provide benefit and value through my video, my most cherished viewer. My name is Chinazekbere, translated in English to mean God answers prayers. I am a black homemaker from the eastern part of Nigeria, where I reside with my husband and son. This is a Christian homemaking vlog where I will draw references and inspirations from the Holy Bible. So if you are in for the ride, grab your pen and your paper as we rub minds together. I have observed that divorced or separated partners seldom acknowledge that their purported main issue wasn't the primary reason for their breakup. Why? Because there was an underlying leakage that went unaddressed, gradually worsening over time. The first deadly sin, also known as the first deadly behavior, is doubt. Doubt is generally defined by the absence of faith. In addition to love and affection, faith serves as the bedrock of our feelings for our partner. When we exchange vows of loyalty and internal togetherness at the altar, we do so with the unwavering belief that our partner loves us as deeply as we love them. The book of James chapter 1 verses 6 said, "But he must ask in faith, without any doubting. For the one who doubts is like the surf of the sea, driven and tossed by winds." Matthew 14 verses 31 also said, "Immediately Jesus stretched out his hand and took hold of him, and said to him, 'You of little faith, why did you doubt?'" These two biblical verses vividly illustrate the perilous impact of doubt, portraying it as a gateway for Satan, for negative forces to enter our homes. Doubting in our relationships and marriage signifies a loss of faith in our partner's love, in their loyalty and their faithfulness. Such doubts inadvertently cultivates negative energy within our union, drawing power from our doubts and our own thoughts. This energy gradually undermines our loyalty to our partners. As our thoughts become entrenched in this belief, we erect defensive barriers between ourselves and our partners, altering our behaviors and diminishing the love and affection we once felt for them. As we engage in this process, we inadvertently project negativity onto our partners, often unaware as it unfolds on a spiritual plane. Our thoughts gradually shape our life outcomes because our thoughts energizes whatsoever we focus it on. And in a relationship where there is doubt, over time, the doubt manifests in our partner's behavior, simply validating our initial concerns. It's indeed remarkable how someone else's behavior can be profoundly influenced by our thoughts. This dynamic exists because we are directly impacted by their decisions and actions. When we perceive our partner as deserving of our love and affection, we naturally focus on the beautiful aspects of our relationship, reinforcing our commitment to continue in loving them. Conversely, when we view them as unworthy of our love because of doubt, we begin and we start to rationalize why we shouldn't love them, often attributing their actions to a lack of loving behaviors. Hebrew 11 verses 1 said, "Faith is the assurance of things hoped for and the certainty of things we are yet to see." Maintaining unwavering faith in our partner serves as the driving force behind the beauty we anticipate within our union. This takes me to the next scene, which is assumption. Assumption, according to Oxford Dictionary, is a thing which is accepted as true or as certain to happen without any proof. Ecclesiastes 10 verses 13 says, "Fools base their thoughts on foolish assumptions, so their conclusions will be wicked madness." 1 Corinthians 13 verses 6 also said, "Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth." It is important to note that assumptions stems from doubt. When we doubt their love for us, we begin to assume things without proof. Henry Winkler said, "Assumptions are the termites of relationships." When we overlook the importance and effective effects of honest communication and dialogue, we unknowingly create a mind that feeds off on assumptions. And making the wrong assumptions causes pain and suffering for both partners. Albert Einstein said, "Assumptions are made and most assumptions are wrong." And know that the assumption about what is going on in someone's head can only cause nothing but sorrow and pain to us. So instead of to assume and conclude what is going on in our partner's head and mind, let's utilize open communication and dialogue as a tool to settling differences and averting conflicts. Let's not let our pride, our ego, and self-pity tactics step in the way of approaching our partners whenever we find ourselves in doubt of their love. It is also wise to note that assumptions are made in the mind influenced by doubt, and because of this, whatsoever we assume too long, believing to be true, has the tendency to becoming real for us. It is remarkable how our subconscious thoughts shape our life outcomes, prompting us to wonder if this is indeed the case. Why not channel our minds towards the belief that our partners love us unconditionally and would never intentionally hurt us? Assumption leads us to ingratitude, which is the last but not the least to be discussed on this vlog. 1 Timothy chapter 6 verses 6 to 8 say, "Now there is great gain in godliness with contentment, for we brought nothing into the world and we cannot take anything out of the world. But if we have food and clothing, with this we will be content." Philippians chapter 2 verses 14 also said, "Do all things without grumbling or disputing." Recently, a newly married friend confided in me about her growing doubt regarding her decision to marry her husband. She expressed how these doubts led her to make unfounded assumptions without addressing concerns directly, causing her to waver in ingratitude for leaving her single life behind. She also said to me that she has found herself yearning to return to singledom, which in turn is hindering her from thanking God for blessing her with a husband. This cycle of ingratitude further dampened her appreciation for the small and little gestures of love and care from her spouse. Now, here is what Jesus tells us in Luke chapter 16 verses 10. Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. And whoever is dishonest with very little will also be dishonest with much. Majority at times, couples end up not appreciating their partner's effort towards their relationship. They don't appreciate the time, the attention, the care, and the gifts, always complaining that it is too little and never enough. We do not know how much gratitude can actually go for us in our life, not just in our relationships. When we begin to thank God for giving us a man as our husband, a woman as our wife, God starts to make them more good to be true as a human for us. People start to see and point out, and we also start to see and notice the beauty and the human in our partners. We begin to wonder how lucky we are to have them. We came into the world alone, and God gave us an angel in disguise as a life partner. Yes, this is possible. It is real, and it can happen to you only when you start to appreciate who you have gotten married to, who you have beside you. We start to trust God for the choice of partner He made for us, and He starts to bless us, and we begin to live in full assurance of marital bliss. Let us also note that when we thank our partner for the little that they do for us, they will do more because we appreciated the former that they did. No one is willing to give more than expected when he wasn't appreciated for the former he did. Doubts, assumptions, and ingratitude has bred issues such as infidelity, lack of communication, lack of trust, manipulation, and violence in relationships. These three deadly behaviors and sins are the bedrock of negativity in relationships and homes. If stopped on time, there is the assurance of union in total bliss. Thank you for staying to the end of this video. I'm sure that you have received this message in total faith. And I pray that God Almighty would give you the strength to keep your home. Thank you, and God bless you.